Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Today we have maybe the most brisk or lomdish Iyun Mitzion to date, I think. It ties together a lot of loose knots, loose ends, not loose knots, loose ends from previous shiurim. Mishnah Yud in Parak Beis discusses if you have, right, we said if you have tavlinim, if you have spices which impart a taste in a dish, in a cooked dish, in a soup, or something like that. So even if it has less than the ratio of 1 to 200 or 1 to 100, it would still aser. Here we're talking about where you have less than the ratio, but you have 3 isurim. You have a little bit, you have basil, right? Basil, 1 leaf of basil, orlah, 1 leaf of basil, of truma, and 1 leaf of basil, of ashera. Or the second case in the Mishnah, where you have 3 different minim. You have 1 leaf of basil, 1 leaf of coriander, 1 leaf of parsley. But they're all orlah, or they're all truma. Either case, and you need all 3 leaves to impart a taste, it's aser. Now, seemingly, it doesn't really make so much sense. Let's examine the first case. You have 3 leaves of basil, one's truma, one's orlah, one's ashera. So, at the end of the day, as I mentioned before, the whole concept of bittul works based on, when it comes to foods, right? It's a metaphysical bittul because, again, 1 in 200, if it's yavesh, if it's dry, it's not a drink. So you can't really distinguish. You can't say, I'm not eating orlah, 1 to 200 is batel, because maybe you are. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you took the one that's orlah, or klaya kerem, or truma. You don't know what you did, so why is it batel? The answer is that by food, it's called a metaphysical bittul, because food, the hana, is the svia, which is not a physical kind of idea, as opposed to hanas garon by shtia. So therefore, the bittul is based on chashivos. Chashivos is a metaphysical term. Importance, right? 1 to 200 is not important. So even if I ate it, it's not important. The Torah said you have to distance yourself because metaphysical importance. It's not important anymore. It's okay. So here also, when it comes to the tavlinim, these spices, even though 1 leaf of basil would not affect the taste of the soup, and it shouldn't be aser, and now I want to combine different isurim. When it comes to combining isurim, so it's okay to combine isurim because the whole idea is an isra gavra. There's in Lumdus called an isra gavra and isra cheftza. Isra gavra means the actual substance, the goof of the substance, is not aser. Torah just restricts me from getting close to it or eating it or benefiting from it. Isra cheftza means the actual thing is aser. So I'm going to distinguish and say that that's different in yavesh and lach. Yavesh, foods versus beverages. When it comes to foods, right, the hana, the isser, is the svia, which is not a physical concept, right? We know it says in the Torah that, you eat a little bit of bread. During times of bracha, you eat a little bit of bread, you'll be full. During times of klala, you eat 10 loaves of bread, you won't be full. So svia is a sort of metaphysical thing. You can't really measure it. You can't really figure out how it works. So there's an element of godliness in there, supernatural. So it's an isser gavra. We can't say it's an isser cheftza. There's no cheftza shal isser when it comes to foods. So therefore, even though one's orlah, one's truma, one's ashera, Torah doesn't care. It says aser. Aser means stay away from it. So Torah says stay away from orlah, stay away from truma, stay away from ashera. So fine. So they're mitzdarif because together they're chashuv. They can combine them. However, when it comes to beverages, when it comes to shtia, that's an isser cheftza because the hana is the taste, which is a physical thing. You taste Kedem grape juice, it tastes really good going down your throat. So that's a physical thing. So it's dafka, I think, over here when talking about foods, where we say that different isurim can combine to impart a taste. If it was drinks, right, the isser is isser chefsa. So I have a little bit of wine, of orlah, of truma, and I have wine that comes from an ashera tree. I wouldn't be able to combine those isurim for nesinas tam because I have to view each independently. The isser is the chayfetz, of the grape or whatever it is, or the wine that comes out of the grape. It's different chayfetz. It's different chayfetz. I have to distinguish between them because it's a physical thing. I have to distinguish between they're not. You can't combine 3 different things. However, when it comes to this or gavra is a general thing. It's a metaphysical thing. Stay away from it. So I can say stay away from a combination of isurim. We don't say this is specifically this or truma. I am tasting truma. I am tasting orlah. I'm tasting kilei akerem or ashera. When it comes to drinks, though, we'd have to say, right, I'm tasting the orlah. You have to differentiate because when it comes to Isser Cheftza, you have to look at the chayfetz itself and judge it independently. I think that's different in Isra Gavra, Isra Cheftza, how it applies between drinks and food. This is be very important going forward. Hilchos kashrus when it comes to the difference between lach and yavish, drinks, beverages, and foods. Hope you enjoyed today's share. I think it's really fundamental. Have a good day. Bye.